everybody, welcome to the Vitruvian Live. Today is Monday, May 25th. A new week, a new working week. But it was better today. Slowly, the busy part of the job that I had last 2 weeks is getting over it. And so far, there's no new peak on the horizon. So I hope it's a little bit calmer for a short while at least. So we'll see. So this week should be better. Anywho, you can see I'm not at my usual spots. Not in my living room, not in my game room. I'm in the attic. I've mentioned this attic before a couple of times. This is the attic that we're renovating and isolating. So as you can see, all this wood here. Behind that, there's isolation. So that's done. But there's still a lot of things to do, especially the floor is going to be a big problem. It's a concrete floor, which has to be leveled, but you can only go to 3 millimeters apparently, and there are some spots where there are these bumps of maybe a centimeter or so. So we'll have to find a solution for that. Not sure when that's going to happen, but this floor needs to be done, and if that's done, then I can start thinking about moving my game room here, which will be a quest by itself. Anyhow, why am I at my attic? Well, I wanted to talk about the 90s and my collection rage at that time, when I got into Magic the Gathering, for example. So I'm not going to show you a lot of Magic the Gathering today. I have a bunch of these card holders, these cardboard card holders. I have a bunch of these binders with Magic, for example. I've got so much Magic the Gathering you couldn't even imagine. But I stumbled upon a lot of other things in this attic, stored away, packed away. And I just wanted to show you all my old stuff that I have. And let's start with the one that I've been trying to find rules for this. So, and I've sorted these cards out, so I'm going to try to keep them sorted. Let's see if I can. Let's just take a couple of them out here. I'm not going to show you everything, but this is all these cards are all the X-Files trading card game or collectible card game, as you can see at the back here, which I don't know which year it was, 96? This is from 96, the first. Apparently there are multiple sets, I didn't know. And this game is really funny. You have these X-Files. In the beginning of the game you choose one, and the other player has to find out which X-Files you have. That's it. And you use agents, enemies, sites, which are locations, equipment and all that stuff to beat the other players. So you can ask a question like a little bit like Clue, and then try to deduct which X-File the other player is investigating. So that's my X-Files collection. As I said, I've read the rules now. I still have a booklet of this game, so I've read the rules, but now I have to figure out decks, because these came in starter decks, which was pretty easy. So you could just open up two and play against each other. But I have a collection now. I have no decks, so I have to figure out how to make decks. I think I might have found some, but I hope they only use the base set. So maybe I can play this game once more in the near future. Okay, let's go to the next box, which is a very old one. It has the name written on it. I don't know which year this is from. Is there a year here? 97, so we're a little bit later. This is Legends of the Five Rings, and as you can see, some of these are in these binder maps, because these were my favorite cards, I think. This is actually a collectible card game that has been revived into a living card game by Fantasy Flight, Legends of the Five Rings. But I have played a little bit of the old trading card game, and I just love the artwork in the Scorpion clan, and that's probably why I have some Scorpion Clan stuff here in these binders. I was a teenager back then, so I was kind of intrigued in a healthy way by, I'm not sure if I have that card here. Let's see if I can find it, maybe. And remember being intrigued by one of the main characters of the Scorpion Clan, and I hope I have it here. Let's see. This is almost a complete deck worth of cards, by the way. This was my my Scorpion deck, apparently, but not. There's not every one of them. The artwork was pretty neat, though. This is more, but this was not. Oh, the Green Clan, Naga Clan. Oh yeah, I had a Naga deck as well. So I had some decks. I never bought that much of it. I was just trying out all these things and playing some Magic. And playing a lot of Magic. But trying some new things in between. And then going back to Magic. Because I only had that much money to spend on these types of games. I'm not sure where these cards are, the ones I'm looking for. I hope I didn't lose them. Anywho. That was Legends of the Five Rings. So you can still play this, the new version, the living card game. Pretty cool. Looks awesome as well. But I wish I cannot find the old original rules of this game, because apparently there are multiple rule sets of Legends of the Five Rings collectible card game. So I'm trying to figure out if I can find rules of that one. Next. Alright, next. Yes, there is more. I have a bunch of Netrunner collectible card game cards. I got quite a bit of these. And this is by Richard Garfield, same designer as Magic the Gathering, if I'm not mistaken. And this is of the year 96 again. So it was a very busy period in these collectible card games. I think I found the rules of this one. And maybe, I don't think it's that different from the living card game that is also, well, it's not here anymore because they stopped doing it, but there's a lot to get. You can still get a lot of the living card game, but this is the collectible card game from the 90s, and I think the gameplay is kind of similar, so maybe I will try to play that once more in the future. There is more, folks, so I think this is the last collectible card game that I will show you. This is Battletech. Battletech, also by Richard Garfield, if I'm not mistaken. Also 96, Wizards of the Coast. And in this game you're trying to defeat your enemy using mechs, mostly. And there were a bunch of different mechs. It had some dice rolling it. If you had mechs with missiles, you had to roll dice to see if you hit the target or not. And you hit on a 1 or a 2. One was 1 damage, 2 damage, and the other was a miss, except for some supports gave you also a hit on 3, and then you had 3 damage. I once played this game against someone who, by accident, it was really by accident, used special dice that only went from 1 to 3. So he kept on firing missiles and hitting and never missing me until after the game we noticed that the dice were not the correct ones. He didn't mean to. It wasn't in a tournament or something like that. Oh, and there's one more. I forgot one more card game. Also, collectible card game was, you might recognize the eye, Middle-earth card game. And this had pretty cool artwork, like this one, Thorin here. And I really liked this one, I remember. It was cool. It was just, it had a great appeal to it. It's from 95. So I cannot even imagine that I was already playing these things at 95. I thought I started playing Magic when I was 17, but apparently I did that earlier in my life. And this also was a game where you went on missions, on quests, and you tried to stop your opponent while he was doing the same thing and trying to win. You had rings and these cool characters from the books. I think it was based on the books, not on the movies, because they weren't there yet, those cool movies that they made. Alright, I think that's about it. I have more. I think I have a little bit more. I think that was called Deadwood or something like that. The one with the Old West. or Deadlands, which also has been revised into a living card game. That's already stopped as well. But apparently I did more than just trading card games. I did also, and I don't know why I ever bought these, but I have all this bunch of Upper Deck cards, basketball cards. I think from 93, 94. So apparently I probably bought these in 94 when I was 14 years old. First of all, I cannot imagine having money to buy these, but apparently I did. I will have to look if some of these are worth anything. It was somewhere around the highlight, the top of the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan, who is very popular at this moment because of the Netflix documentary The Last Dance. So maybe that's worth something. And I've got 2/3 of a shoebox full of these cards, and I have no idea why I collected these. Somewhere there should be also cards of football, soccer, from what year? I don't know. I think 94 when it was in the United States. They also had collectible cards, and I had those as well. And this was totally in my puberty. So this is a confession. This is a Vitruvian confession, folks. Now I'm not going to show you too much because it is actually R-rated. It is. So I'm going to see if I can find. Yeah, this one. I can show you this one. When I was in my puberty, there was this show called Baywatch, and there was this woman called Pamela Anderson. There she is, in a cute way this time, who was of course very popular at the moment. I know it's maybe not something to be proud of, but apparently I collected a bunch of stuff of it. I know I had posters in my room, but I also collected these cards. I have some special long cards as well. I must say, I even got her the Playboys where she was on the cover. I don't think I have them anymore, but yes, I admit. Although, in a few seasons in, I was more a fan of Nicole Eggert, who played Summer, by the way. Another confession. So, that's a bunch of my 90s collection thingies. And I was just wondering, what do you have from that period? Do you also have these old card games just actually wasting away somewhere in a corner? Or do you still play them actively? I was thinking about playing them again, but I cannot find the rules. I only found the rules of the X-Files. I still have a booklet. They also came with this small booklet of rules, which was terrible. Terrible to read. So small fonts is unbelievable. But I am looking for the original rules of Battletech. I'm looking for the original rules of Legends of the Five Rings, for Middle-earth as well. And they're just almost impossible to find. So let me know in the comments below. Maybe you know where I can find these rules. And also let me know which ones of these did you play? Which other ones? I know, for example, there was a vampire game that was popular. And other stuff. So let me know what you did as well. Thank you for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. See you soon. Bye bye.